Hold on to your hats, Microstrategy strikes again, snagging 3,000 bitcoins worth $155 million. With an average price of $51,813 per bitcoin, they're doubling down in crypto commitment. Will this move propel Bitcoin to $150,000? Stay tuned for the thrilling crypto ride. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. And we're starting off with a new all-time high for Bitcoin in Norway, as more countries break in the all-time high because of the inflation. That another country adds up to this one. Soon it will be all of the currencies right here, especially USDT, and we will break a new all-time high even on dollar. It's just a matter of time. Flashback, Roger were dropping heaters in 2011 before joining the dark side, Bitcoin. Anybody here that's sick of the government inflating the money supply to pay to kill the people all around the world? Stop using their money, use Bitcoin. Next up, Microstrategy does not care what price they buy Bitcoin at the LMAO. Insane, they clearly believe it's going to 200,000, and as we could see through this graphic, we can basically understand that they were purchasing at different price levels, $10,000, $11,000, $20,000, and we could see the amounts of coins they've purchased, 29,000, 20,000, 2,500, and even at the highest, $60,000 for they purchased 260 right here, but you would say that 262 Bitcoins is not that much. We could see the $60,000 price position over here with 7,000 Bitcoins purchased, and they were purchasing, and the only sale they had is 700 Bitcoins is just to pay IRS their taxes, and that's all. And they also repurchased that back again after the next couple of hours. So they are probably in buying, and they know the $200,000 is there, and they are, even at this price right now, they are already in profits by $5 billion, and they continue to buy and buy even on high prices, as they know the future, they know it's going to be massive. The last time Bitcoin was at 53,500 was at December 4th, 2021, that's 815 days ago. Next up, as the old adage goes, you can't take your money with you to the grave. Although this is still somewhat true, in that your purchasing power is of no use to you after you are dead, Bitcoin introduces a new wrinkle to this old idea. By dying with your own private keys, you can make a pro data distribution of your purchasing power to everyone else holding Bitcoin in a completely egalitarian and ethical fashion. As Saylor says, this is yet another aspect of Bitcoin supreme anti-fragility. Each time a holder dies with their keys, all other holders are further enriched in proportion to their holdings of Bitcoin. In clip from episode 1 of Portal Orange, hosted by John K. Vallis, it is information from there. Next up, legendary buying a pizza for 19 Bitcoins when the price was at 90 cents exactly 13 years ago. Today, one Bitcoin is worth $53,000. Billionaires getting wealthier from Bitcoin is hardly exciting. Plebs not having to work 2 jobs to make ends meet, spending less time in the office and more time with family, being around to watch your kids grow. This is what I celebrate with you. Also, next up, Justin, Bloomberg analyst predicts spot Bitcoin ETFs could pass gold ETFs in assets under management in last just 2 years. Gold's plan in Bitcoin ETFs gain in store value smackdown. The initial success of the spot Bitcoin ETFs has been sweetened by declines in both price and interest for gold ETFs, setting up a battle for assets. The Bitcoin ETFs, through the barely 6 weeks old, have taken in over $8 billion more than gold peers, already have 40% as much in assets as could pass them in size in less than 2 years, hauling in cash as investors bail on gold. Bitcoin ETFs have taken about $5 billion in net new assets since launching in early January, and $12 billion excluding outflows from GBTC. That contrasts with gold ETFs' $3.6 billion in outflows, though little of that gold cash likely went into the Bitcoin ETFs, their existence, and the enthusiasm surrounding the new funds. The most successful launch in history by many measures, as has added competition for the metal. Next up for today's one, as always, MicroSailor goes west. Microstrategy has acquired in addition 3,000 Bitcoin for 155 million at an average price of 51,813 per Bitcoin as of today. MicroStrategy now holds 193,000 Bitcoins acquired for $6 billion at an average price of 31,544 per Bitcoin, and they're in profits of $5 billion right there. Bitcoin, 61,000 targets still in play, as Bitcoin is still consolidating after its recent rally from the 42,000 level, as a hammer candlestick is forming on the daily. Tenkan Red is now the level to watch, as Bitcoin would regain its bullish momentum if it managed to close above it, as if it were to lose the momentum, then next support would be Kijun Blue at approximately 47,400. Next up, the minimum Bitcoin is insurance, and if Bitcoin fulfills its full potential, then it will be the global reserve currency. Game theoretical aspects are reflexive, and sovereigns will be forced to acquire some in order to keep up with others that adopt first. We also think there is a very high stakes game theory at play here, whereby if Bitcoin adoption increases, the countries that secure some Bitcoin today will be better off competitively than their peers. Therefore, even if other countries do not believe in the investment thesis or adoption of Bitcoin, they will be forced to acquire some as the form of insurance. And in other words, a small cost can be paid today as the hedge compared to the potential much larger cost years in the future. And we therefore wouldn't be surprised to see other sovereign nation states acquire Bitcoin in 2022. Today, over $5.5 trillion in assets sits in the state pension funds, and if even 3% of AUM and state pension leak into the Bitcoin ETFs, that would equal $165 billion of net inflows. Since launching, the Bitcoin ETFs have attracted $8 billion of inflows. I'll let you do the math. Also, if you understand that Bitcoin like I know a lot of you do, take a second to appreciate the fact that you get to watch the world wake up to their new reality in real time. We're still at less than 1% of the world being able to properly articulate a Bitcoin bull case, and even the most bullish amongst us are likely just scratching the surface when it comes to the implications of finite digital bearer money, truly once in a special event. Microstrategy bolsters Bitcoin holdings with latest 155 million purchase. Microstrategy has announced their purchase, as already we know, so as of February 25th, 2024, Microstrategy Bitcoin portfolio has swelled to 193,000 Bitcoins, accumulated at an approximately total investment of $6 billion, with the profits of $5 billion and the actual of $11 billion in total. The average purchase price across the entire Bitcoin holding stands at only $31,000. As Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, has been a vocal advocate for Bitcoin, viewing it as a superior asset class that offers unmatched technical advantages over traditional investment vehicles. And in a recent statement to Bloomberg TV, Saylor highlighted the transformative impact of spot ETFs in bringing institutional money into the Bitcoin ecosystem as a move that he believes is digitalizing capital at an unprecedented rate, as hundreds of millions of dollars of capital flow daily from the analog ecosystem into digital economy. As Saylor remarked, emphasizing the substantial daily capital migration into the digital realm, as he further pointed out that Bitcoin's market capitalization, slightly over $1 trillion, is poised for growth as it begins to rival that of gold, real estate, and the S&P index, which enjoy substantially higher market capitalization. That's all the information we got on today's video, and if you're interested in more, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.